Good evening and welcome to Peninsula War Memorial Stadium here in Hampton, Virginia for tonight's second quarterfinal game here in the Penn South Conference 10 baseball tournament here in 2017. Tonight, Wayne Gomes and I are going to bring you this ball game between the Nansemond River Warriors and the Hampton Crabbers. Wayne, how's it shaping up?
Oh, this is going to be a great matchup, and two teams that are really hungry to get to the next level, and some good baseball out here. I've seen a lot of these kids play at a really young age, and it's going to be fun to watch. I watch these kids mature and see what they have, see the progress they've made.
Well, let's talk a little bit about maturity. You watched the young man on the mound now warming up for the Crabbers, Trey Morgan, for a long time. In fact, his whole life.
His whole life.
Tell the fans a little bit about Trey Morgan.
Well, let's start off. This is definitely not where you want to start off, but this pickoff move is going to probably be the best you've ever seen. So we can start there. Hopefully, maybe he'll strike everybody out. We'll never see him run there first base, but that's probably not going to happen. At some point, we'll see the pickoff move. A fair fastball, a good changeup is going to be around the plate. Good mechanics is going to fill his position and going to make his defense play. This Nansemond team they're going to put the baseball in play, so we should see some good baseball here.
Nansemond River's got a solid right-hander, Jared Henderson going for them. Trey Morgan on the mound tonight for the Crabbers at 7-3 on the year, and Jared Henderson for the Warriors 5-3. So two real good pitchers, and we're about ready to get underway here in this rain-quickened day 4 of the conference tournament.
It seems like a lifetime.
Yeah, that's right. First day we played baseball. So here we go at War Memorial Stadium. The field looks great. It's had plenty of water this week. We're able to get the ball game in tonight, starting a little late. Henry Morgan III. Trey on the mound, and left-hander kicks and delivers. The strike starting for Trey. This is Miles Geller for the Warriors, the right fielder. Geller going to the next level, Wayne. Uncommitted right now.
Really?
A little low that time. Well, you mentioned the pickoff move. The left-hander has the advantage, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He does. He gets to look at the runner the whole time, and a lot of coaches would teach, you get to that balance point and you decide from there whether you're going to pick or pitch. I never figured out how that happens, but, lefties have the opportunity to do that. It means that you get to look at the runner the whole time.
Well, head coach Mark Stoffel for Nansemond Rivers, he's well aware of Trey Morgan's prowess on the mound. Stoffel, a graduate of Denby High School. This is 15th year at Nansemond River.
A lot of success over there.
Fouled off on the right side, 2-2 now on Geller. That success included the state title last year.
That
good run through the tournament.
Oh yeah, yes, really good ball players over there, and and they're good ball players because Coach Stoffel made them good ball players. They just weren't born. And he had a lot to do with that, a lot of instruction, a lot of time. So when you see all that time and commitment put into something like that, and you reach the top, it's just a really good feeling.
2-2 is shot at right field, but it's going to drop foul about 20 feet. Yeah, the Coach Stoffel was very helpful tonight as I got to talk with him. He gave me a little information on these players. You don't see these two teams have seen each other only one time before. Hampton High 6-4 win over here on the peninsula. We'll give you the defensive lineup here after Geller's at bat.
The new alignment's got me all thrown off here, Frank. I have to be honest with you. I don't know who's who and who's where and why Phoebus or Kickintan or Hampton would have to travel to Nansemond River to play a conference game. I'm not sure if I figure all that out. I'll let that for people much more intelligent than me.
A little blooper down there to Ty Johnson, the first baseman for the Crabbers, and Geller's out after a good long at bat. One down here in the first. Defensively for the Crabbers on the mound, Trey Morgan, his battery mate Jordan McCray behind the plate. Then at third, Brendan McBride. At short, Brian McBride, the freshman twins. At second base tonight is Ty Hubbard. Over at first base, we said Ty Johnson. And then in the outfield, Kyrie Gunn in left. Keyshawn Johnson in center. And Charles Vassar in right for the Crabbers. Here's the left hand hitting Matt Colbert. Swing and a miss, lefty on lefty here, Wayne. What's the difference when the lefty faces the lefty?
For the most part, it's the novelty, Frank. You don't see it very often. What's the percentage of left-handers in the world? So that's how often you get to see a left-handed perspective. And two, the ball is being perceived as being thrown behind you. If you look at where Trey is, he's on the far side of the rubber. So when the ball is actually released or comes out of his hand, it's behind you. Now, who wants to hit a baseball that look like it's coming at you or behind you. So you have to be patient and be waiting, or actually want to stay in there. And most guys, they see a ball coming at them, they're inclined to move out of the way and not go towards it.
Well, Colbert with a slightly open stand, too, so he's looking almost square at Trey Morgan. Good pitch catches the outside corner, 1-2. Colbert, Jr. He'll play first base for the Warriors tonight. Aspen River lost 11 seniors last year. And struck him out. 2 down now for Morgan and the Crabbers, and the batter, Jared Henderson, the pitcher. A big young man right here.
Yes, he is. He's got the look. I know that.
And Coach Stufel telling me he's got 9 that went on to play college baseball, 1 played college football, and 1 played college golf. Quite an impressive group of athletes over there.
That's a pool for you. That's a lot to pick from. So
2 down here in the first, no score. Trey Morgan on the mound for the Crabbers. Wind blowing out to left and has been stiff at times this evening after the rain ended about 5 o'clock.
Some good baseball in that area, and Western Branch is literally 10 miles away. So, and we know the products and players that come through that program. So, that area, that southern Norfolk, Chesapeake area, it's some really good baseball there. A lot of competition.
The 1-0 from Morgan to Jared Henderson. It's called strike. Henderson, a senior, right-hand hitter. Coach told me he will play at the next level. Not decided yet. Ground ball right back up the middle, base hit for Henderson. So a nice patience by Henderson. Now Gage Williams. Williams is the young man that has decided where he's going the next level. He's a young man who's a pitcher and an infielder. Going to play at Virginia Tech, the little school out there in Blacksburg. I'm sure you've heard of it.
It's in Blacksburg?
Blacksburg, Virginia. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what I know about Virginia Tech right now, and I hope they're listening. Keep your hands off my coach, Old Dominion, Chris Fenwood. I know they lost their coach, and they're kind of sniffing around Norfolk, so tell them to keep on moving. Keep on moving. We got a good thing going, and leave our coach alone.
He's done a wonderful job with the Monarchs.
Yes, he has.
Hampton High product.
Well, he's not perfect.
Gage Williams steps in, the third baseman. Williams, a tall drink of water, about 6'4". They'll put some weight on him at the college level. Nice pitch from Morgan in the corner. Strike 1, 2 down here in the first. Man on first base is Jared Henderson.
As advertised, Morgan's filling the strike zone up. And that's a good thing. Defense loves to play behind somebody who's consistently throwing the ball in the strike zone.
Throw to first base. There's that move you talked about.
It gets a lot better.
Oh.
The last
one, a slow one right there?
Oh, I call it good, better, best. You show them a good one, you show them a better one, and you show them your best.
Foul straight back. 0-2 on Williams. He'll be quite the player to get a call to Virginia Tech.
You do.
Now he's going up into kind of an unknown situation up there with the coach being terminated last week.
And if I was him, I'd ask a lot of questions about who they're bringing in next, because he might have his own recruits. So that would have to. I would be a little. I'd just be asking some the tough questions right now.
So the 0-2 now. Throw over to first base. Back safely is Henderson. Now, Coach Danny Mitchell and the Crabbers has the Crabbers ready to play again. He's very pleased with his team. Knows it's young. There's a swing and a miss. Ball hops out of the catcher's glove, Jordan McCray, but the tag is applied, and that does it for the Warriors here in the top of the first. They strand one on one hit. We go to the bottom half of the first. No score here from Hampton. Hampton Crabbers come in at 11-9. Aspen River 9-11. Again, coming off a year where they lose all those seniors, but they've got a strong program, and their pitcher walking out the hill right now is Jarrett Henderson, who's built probably carrying a few more pounds than you did in high school.
I'm not sure that's possible, Frank. It's a big, strong kid. I know that.
5-3 on the year, so he's had a good run. Winning almost half of the games, well, actually more than half the games for the Warriors. His battery mate tonight, Jaden Tysinger. Tysinger playing his first year for the at catcher. Of course, a lot of these guys getting the chance to play with those seniors graduating. Crabbers have a good lineup. Danny Mitchell says very strong up top. Kyrie Gunn leads off. Ty Johnson hits second. Trey Morgan third here in the first. Defensively for the Warriors, the pitcher, of course, Henderson. The catcher, Ty Singer. At first base, Matt Colbert. At second base, Jarrett Mayer. At shortstop, Bryson Dansbury, the freshman, gets the call at shortstop. Over at third base, Gage Williams. In left field, Nick Arnold. In center field, Zach Martin. And over in right field is the leadoff man, Miles Geller. Both teams, I know, feel pretty good about their lineups being so young. I know Danny Mitchell, talking to him before the game, he's very pleased with in particular, the play of the Twins. The shortstop, Brian McBride, and the third baseman, Brendan McBride. Nice to pick up a couple players a year like that.
Yeah. Nance River's pretty athletic on the corners. They're athletic all over the infield. Now look at it.
Yeah, with Williams down at third, he's clearly got an arm on him. Leadoff man is Kyrie Gunn. Gunn made all conference this year. He's considering where to play in college. Got a couple offers already. Hits well, especially in the last couple of games. In fact, they moved him to leadoff. He's hitting .445 in the leadoff spot and drawing a lot of walks, or in that case, drawing a pitch to the left shoulder. So the first man gets on in the form of Gunn. Very quick down there at first base. Next up, the first baseman, Ty Johnson.
Believe it or not, Frank, there's an art to get hit by the baseball. You can have the perception that you're getting out of the way, but your body's actually moving closer to the strike zone.
Danny Mitchell playing small ball, the bunt to the pitcher. Henderson makes the throw. Beautiful play by the pitcher, but that moves Gunn to second base.
I love it early in the game. I really do. I like scoring first. I like giving yourself the opportunity to score first. The team who scores first wins X amount of times, and that X is more than 50. So I like scoring first, and I like trying to get that first one across.
And Danny Mitchell, he does like to play the small ball.
Yeah.
Here's a left-hand hitting Trey Morgan steps in. Morgan hitting over 400 this year, in addition to pitching very well. Sophomore, swings and misses. Morgan, a sophomore. Of course, his father, Hank Morgan, the head coach of the Peninsula Pilots. And his grandfather, Henry Morgan, longtime member of the baseball community. Pitch called strike. Good pitch by Henderson. What's the award that you won and Henry won? Not the Matheny Award at Old Dominion.
We did both win that. It might have been something else, but I know we both won the Bud Matheny Award.
Who had Raleigh Fingers over there? Was you or Henry when Raleigh Fingers came to talk? It may have been Henry. That was about 7 years ago.
Might have been Henry. I don't know.
You both had both acknowledged by the Old Dominion baseball community, which is a terrific group over there. You had good years over there.
I did. A lot of good memories, and I want to say the best is yet to come for Old Dominion.
Well, Finwood's doing a great job. Curveball driven in center field. Back goes the center fielder, makes the play, and not deep enough for Gunn to tag up. So 2 down now for the Crabbers, and the batter Jordan McCray, the catcher.
McCray's, what year is he in?
McCray is a senior. 4-year catcher for the Crabbers. And when he gets a hold of it, he can really hit it. As you can see, he's got a little weight there in the hips.
No, I didn't notice. Looks like me when I did when I was at Phoebus, so I don't really have a problem with the way he looks. I think he looks great. We both have body like catchers.
His mother will be up here in a minute to thank you for that, yeah. So 2 down here in the bottom of the first. No score from War Memorial Stadium on a day where we had heavy rain about 5 o'clock, put everything back. Crew has done a good job. There's a strike on the outside corner.
They care a lot about baseball in the community. They really want this to happen. Some places, like, okay, it's raining, so no, today's not going to be the day. But the Pilots and the Morgan family have done everything possible to make this happen.
Ground ball to short. Up quickly. is Dansbury, and the freshman makes a throw that retires the Crabbers. They leave one as well. So we go to the second inning. One hit for the Warriors, none for the Crabbers. No score here from Hampton. You mentioned Morgan family, the Pilots, and Henry Morgan, the owner of the Pilots. They get started next Wednesday night right here, May 31st.
Yep.
Another exciting season here. You spent a couple of years here serving as a pitching coach, 7 years.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of fond memories.
Well, a lot of good people here.
Oh yeah. It's a
stand.
community. It's a community event every night. You see people you know that you do business with and you hang out with, and it just brings everyone together.
Well, it's one of those events that it's really a must-attend event over the summer.
Right.
And so our fans on Channel 48, WHCS, we'd love to have you out here all summer long. We've got 28 home games starting next Wednesday.
Plus the playoffs.
The Pilots
will be in the playoffs.
Yep. Hank Morgan took over, I believe it was in 08, 09. One right in there somewhere, maybe 08. And he's taking the Pilots to the playoffs each and every year.
Yeah.
A couple of changes here, both at War Memorial Stadium, as you see, as the camera we can get that picked up. Left field wall has been removed partially, and the visitors' bullpen installed out there, which shortens the porch in left field by about 15 feet. That brings it into about 320 there, and creates the corner there in dead left field. And the Pilots will be playing all Northern Division teams this year, and not including Petersburg. The Generals have departed the league, so they'll be playing all the Carolina teams. Trey Morgan warming up here. We go to the top of the second inning.
Petersburg wasn't one of the funner trips, I had to say. It was not one of the funner trips. It was close, but leaving home and having 2,500 fans in the stands, and being exciting to going to Petersburg and seeing on a 25 on an average night, and half of those Pilots fans, it just doesn't make for a ton of fun baseball, and not to mention a lot of times they didn't really put a great product in the field.
And it's disappointing too, because they won 2 Pettit Cups in the history, and they were one of the original teams.
Yeah.
First pitch into catcher Jaden Tysinger is a called strike from Trey Morgan. We're underway here in the top of the second. No score between the Hampton Crabbers and the Nansemond River Warriors. Day 1 or day 4, depending on how you count the 3 that it rained. Thursday. Playing the Monday games here on Thursday. 0-1 swung on and missed.
I don't know how it worked, but I'm really glad that this tournament decided not to, or found a way not to eliminate the bottom teams, because a lot of conferences, due to the rain, just automatically disqualified a couple of the teams at the very bottom. So I know that happened to Poquoson. That I read in the paper that the rain washed out, it shortened the tournament, and a couple of teams, being the bottom seeds, just kind of got eliminated. And there has been times where the lower seed has just found a way and gotten hot and to win the whole thing. And if being that lower seed, you never get that chance. You never get the opportunity to lose.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because baseball. We're talking about the first game tonight. The baseball is one of those games where you can come back and win.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch now to Jaden Tysinger. The lefty delivers. Pop foul over Wayne's right shoulder. Stays 2-2.
If it wasn't for this break here, I probably would have caught that barehanded, Frank.
And then falling right off the roof?
With 4 broken fingers. But I would have caught it. I don't know who would have caught me, but...
Yeah, your wife would have enjoyed the humor for the next 10 or 12 years after that. 2-2 to Tysinger. Morgan kicks and delivers. Fouled off over the right side. Hopefully not towards my car. Stays 2-2.
I'll tell you one thing. This River team is having some good quality at bats. I mean, they're making Trey's doing a good job of throwing the ball in the strike zone, but they're fouling off some tough pitches, keeping the bats alive, and they're having long at bats. And that might take a toll on you in the first inning, but come inning 5, when your pitch count's up a little bit, you might have an opportunity now to maybe hang a breaking ball or something that might go a little longer than they would have expected. That's a good pitch.
Called strike 3. Beautiful pitch right on the inside corner. One down here. And the batter is Jarrett Mayer. Jarrett Mayer the junior, second baseman. So Nansemond River reloading as well. A lot of juniors, a couple sophomore, freshmen. Good-looking club.
He was Mike's assistant coach back then.
First pitch from Trey Morgan. Went back to the inside corner, didn't get it, ball one. Wind still blowing straight at the center, not quite as strong as it was when the game started. Third baseman Brendan McBride in on the grass for the Crabbers. Bloop foul on the right side, right in the face of the children's play area down there. We always, during the pilot season, we call that souvenir or concussion.
More like all the kids down there,
That's right.
more likely concussion.
1-1 now on Mayer.
State champion and a 9-1 season.
Nice curveball, misses. 2-1 now. Very pleasant night to play baseball. The temperature dropped a little bit with that rain, so that front that came through. Fans in sweatshirts and jackets tonight. Pitch just misses away. Morgan not getting much of the corner call tonight. 3-1 on Mayer. One down here in the second. Hampton Crabbers the 4 seed. Nansemond River the 5. Fouled straight back. Danny Mitchell, of course, a longtime head coach of the Hampton Crabbers. He's assisted this year by Phil Malillo, and of course, a longtime assistant coach Joe Trimble, and Justin Vies is helping tonight. That staff has done a great job with the young team. 3-2 down to Mayer. Swing and a miss, it probably ball 4. Fourth strikeout for Morgan. 2 down here in the second. And the batter, the designated hitter, Desmond Howard.
Now the designated hitter, the Nansemond Warriors, number 21, Desmond Howard.
Howard was described by Coach Stoffel as having a big trunk. Would you agree? He's got a big trunk.
Yeah, that's one way to describe it.
Big right-handed hitter, designated hitter tonight. First time that they have designated hit for Dansbury this year. The freshman shortstop.
Desmond came through my program for several years, and if he hits it, it's going to go a long way.
Well, that's why he's in the lineup here in the playoff game.
He runs into one. Watch out. On cue.
Drive to right field. Very nice drive. Right fielder bounces off his glove. That's Vassar. Throw comes in. It's going to be an error. I think he got good hustle out there by Charles Vassar, but couldn't come up with the play, and you're right. As Howard drives it to right. I'm going to score an error on Vassar, though it was a long run.
You going to score that an error?
Am I being too tough?
You catch it. I think you're being really tough. I think
they did score a hit.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Wayne's not on the button tonight. Everybody get a hit.
I'm also a pitcher, too.
Former pitcher, yeah. So Howard ends up at second base. And the batter now is Zach Martin, the center fielder. Another right-hand hitter. Zach Martin, a senior. Going to go to Old Dominion but not play baseball. Ground ball to short. Brian McBride up with it. Throw to first base, and that retires the side. So the Crabbers work their way around the single by Howard. They strand one again. So we go to the bottom half of the inning. No score here from Peninsula War Memorial Stadium. Well, we've mentioned already in the broadcast that this tournament was to start Monday. This game was scheduled for 8 o'clock Monday night. The game that preceded it, Bethel and Kecoughtan, was scheduled to start 5 o'clock Monday night. 3 days later, 3 days and a couple hours later, these games got played due to the rain. Seems like every year in May when we have baseball and soccer tournaments here in the playoffs, we get a good week of rain. One thing I can say, it has helped this field because it is green as it's ever going to be. It looks beautiful. Hank Morgan and Jeff Scott, the general manager here of the Pilots. and their crew. Corey Brownston back already. You got to work with Corey.
I did. Got to work with
young
Corey.
man.
He is. He brought a lot to the game.
He did, and want to look forward to speaking to his parents that will be listening this summer. Nice people.
Great people.
Come down every year, with even when he's a coach. He was drafted in the Braves organization.
He
Played
was.
a couple of years.
He was. I took a group of kids to Myrtle Beach in a tournament, and I was obviously watching the game, and I saw the catcher how he was sitting. I said that butt, that squat, everything about that just looks too familiar. And I looked in the lineup card and program, and it was Corey, and it was full circle that I got to see him play in pro ball in Myrtle Beach.
It's exciting. They tend to the college kids that play here for the Pilots become part of our community, and we love to see them come back.
Yeah.
And Corey's been very helpful today to get this field ready.
And I tell you, and they're part of our community, and they're an asset. They come back, it's not like they come back and they come here for the summer and cut up and upset their host families. They develop something, and they want to keep coming back, and it's always seems to have a happy ending.
Freshman Brian McBride, the shortstop at the plate, takes another one up and in, ball 2 on McBride.
And I don't know what it is. I played baseball in the Cape Cod League, and my host family was awesome, and I stayed in contact with them after the draft for a long time. They followed my career. I don't know what it is about the baseball and paying it forward, so to say, but it just always seems to be a good fit. I mean, you might have one bad story. A kid came here and didn't enjoy the experience, but for the most part, it's just something you keep repeating every year.
Not many. McBride drives down the left field line. It's going to go foul off that new half wall down there. Roll out to the pole. Hit strike 1 on McBride. That was a very generous call. So now he's got a 2-2 count. Jarrett Henderson pitching very well here. Has yet to give up a hit. 2 hits for the Nansemond River Warriors.
You got to remember, he's knocking off now 10 a year.
The 2-2 to McBride. Swings and misses, struck him out. First strikeout for Henderson. And the bat of the designated hitter, Malik Jernigan.
Strike number 3, and that's going to be out number 1.
Now, Jernigan hitting for T.J. Hubbard, who's the senior playing second base. Jernigan hits about 374. Right-hand hitter. Facing the righty, Jared Henderson, with one down here in the bottom of the second. Inside ball 1. So they're coming right out inside is Henderson to the big righties. Outfielder shaded a little bit towards right. Not much. Swing and a miss. What's Henderson doing well at? Changing speeds?
He's throwing the ball, locating the ball really well, and changing a little speed, so, throwing a lot of strikes, letting his defense play.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
He got a little bit of cut action in that ball, too. That ball seems to be moving to the outside. It doesn't look like a slider, but, it seems like it has a little natural cut to it.
Now, when you say cut from the right-hander, tailing away from the right-handed hitter?
Absolutely, yeah. Same thing a slider would do, but without the spin.
Drive to left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Round in first, headed to second is Jernigan. He's going to be in with a double.
He got that out of the box. He
really did.
He got that double right out of the box because that ball was not hit that deep. Neither one of the outfielders had to go back on the ball. I mean, it was in the gap just a little bit, but most players don't turn that ball into a double.
Well, and if this was July, that may roll a little farther, but given the amount of rain we've had this week, it sat still out there. Looks like a Tiger Woods iron shot. Now, Keyshawn Johnson, not the football player, center fielder. Keyshawn, a sophomore, hitting about 275. Great athlete. Danny Mitchell is very complimentary of his athletic skills. So another right-hander looking at teammate Jernigan, and Johnson fouls it straight back.
My next door neighbor, actually.
Did he?
Yep. He lives a few houses down. Good kid. See him walking the dog all the time. Nice family.
They are 1 away. Ball goes down second base. Dansbury tries to corral it, and he does eventually, but Jernigan back on the base. It's a freshman out there at shortstop. Bryson Dansbury. Charles Vassar on deck for the Crabbers. Throw back to second base.
Nice
back
play.
to Jernigan.
George Washington had this kid by the name of Jamie Harris, who was supposed to be the quarterback of
Veteran umpire Jeff Belote out there.
Michael got on top of him in the fourth quarter and held on for the win. I never heard him more than that.
Wayne, you're probably someone as we watched Jernigan get all cleaned up out there and thinking about Jeff Belote. We talked before the game. Baseball's a game where you can find your place in the game at every level. You can play, you can coach, you can umpire, you can announce, you can do concessions, you can be a part of this game in so many roles.
Right.
And it keeps the game, it really makes the game for everybody.
It does. It does.
You've played so many different roles. You've coached, you've run a baseball academy. 2-1's high, 3-1. Danny Mitchell coaching third base for his Crabber team, making no secret of what he's telling him to do. Don't hit it unless it's below his hand. Pop foul with the right side. Did he listen?
He did not. And Coach Mitchell just reminded him that's ball 4. It's so much easier down in that box down there.
It is.
It's so much.
The third base coach versus the
Yes, it's so much easier in that third base coach box.
Full count on Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson with a duck on the pond out there. Base hit probably brings a run in. Ground ball to short. Dansbury charges. Young man picks it up. Nice play out there by the freshman. Retires Johnson, but Jernigan makes it to third base. 2 down, and the batter's Charles Vassar had the ball tip off his glove last inning, leading to the double is what we're going to have to give it for Howard. Now I got a chance to put the Crabbers out in front.
What did you say about the double to Howard?
That double to Howard, yeah. That's what I'm sure I had that from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm tough up here, you know.
Ball hit 375 feet down the line that you want to give an error to.
Pop foul right over your head, Wayne. Strike one on Vassar. Charles Vassar, sophomore. Not hitting a lot by average, 150. But a guy that can make things go here for the Crabbers at the bottom of the order. Takes swing, the ball gets away from the catcher. In comes Jernigan, and he's in safe.
Wow.
Probably catcher for the Warriors took his time a little bit. That's Tysinger behind the plate. I think Jernigan surprised him with a burst of speed right there at the end.
I tell you, that was aggressive. It was timely. Everything about that was perfect. I mean, that was a really good job of base running. A really good job.
What's funny is Matt Mitchell.
And I tell you what makes it even better is we have a light hitter at the plate. You know, I don't want to talk to say he can't hit. But the chance of him getting the base hit here are probably unlikely. And Coach Mitchell knew that, and the base runner knew that. And so you have to be a little more aggressive at certain times.
Fouls it straight back. Well, I talk a lot about Danny's son, Matt Mitchell, who's assistant coach for the Pilots, now assistant coach over at Norfolk State University. But Matt Mitchell took over third base coaching for the Pilots in 2013, and they won 2 Pettit Cups and went to the finals. In one of the other 2 years, made it the second round of the playoffs. So, obviously, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Vassar with a 2-2 count now. Base is empty. Crabbers lead at 1-0. That's good curveball from Henderson. That strikes out Vassar. That does it for the inning, but the Pilots get one on the double by Jernigan. He comes to third on the ground out and home on the pass ball. And the Crabbers lead at 1-0 as we go to the third. Well, we're glad to be able to bring you these ball games. We haven't been able to get out much this year and record games for our fans here on the peninsula. Had a little rain this spring, Wayne.
All week. We definitely had a lot this week. Hopefully it lightens up tomorrow.
Well, I hope so. I think tomorrow's going to be the day. I haven't heard yet about Saturday, but around here, when you're in the tip of the Virginia Peninsula, you know the weather can change in a heartbeat. Trey Morgan goes out for his third inning of work. He's got a 1-0 lead. 1 run on 1 hit for the Crabbers. No runs, 2 hits for the Warriors. 9-1 in 2 hitters for Nansemond River here in the third. I want to thank Wube Gabre for getting this set up here. Wube is giving up his time tonight to come out here and get these cameras set up. He and Wayne did the game but preceding this one. So catch both games as they'll be rerun Channel 48 and Channel 22 Wubei on Fios 23. Just keep turning channels till you get off that school board or you get off that city council and you find the sports. And we do appreciate all you fans that watch the football, basketball, and baseball, and we try to get as many other sports in here. We haven't done volleyball this year. We're going to have to go back and do some volleyball. That was a lot of fun. The school's bringing you these ball games here at War Memorial Stadium. Left-hander Trey Morgan steps on the rubber facing Nick Arnold, the left fielder. The freshman, Wayne. And he sees a mean curveball from the sophomore, Trey Morgan. So Arnold, the right-hander, waiting for the left-hander's pitch. Shot foul down the third baseline. Quickly 0-2 on Nick Arnold.
They must see something in this kid to be a freshman out here amongst some of these good ball players. So the future's probably bright for the River team.
Well, as you mentioned, that's a strong area of baseball. We've had plenty of those players make it over here. Garrett Brooks is the one that rings bell with Western Branch.
Yeah.
And how many great baseball players have come out of that area of Chesapeake and Suffolk?
Oh, they're loaded. They're loaded.
1-2 now, Arnold.
I had several players from the Western Branch program to come over to my facility and get lessons, and I would go see the games. And the younger teams, I mean, they would carry 25, 28 players on the team. I mean that's how deep the younger teams were.
Ground ball, slow roller to McBride at short. Up with it as a freshman. He throws over. Nice play. One down here. Brian McBride on the throw. Now, Coach Mark Stufel telling me how they have constructed over there a 40 by 80 indoor facility, completely backed by community support. He said once he got one donation, one contribution, they would start piling up, and he's been able to build this beautiful indoor facility over there. I know many of the coaches over here on the peninsula are very jealous of that.
Yeah, I've been over there. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Leadoff man Miles Geller at the plate. Geller takes a curveball in for a strike. He popped to the first baseman just in foul territory when he was up in the first. Coach Stufel told me that Geller probably headed the junior college route. One more year of maturing. The bouncer over Morgan's head. Good play out there by the second baseman, T.J. Hubbard, but no chance.
It was a good effort. However, I would have liked to see the shortstop cut in front of him on that ball. It was just slow enough, where the shortstop probably could have made the play. I'm not sure if he would have made it either, but since the shortstop's momentum has already taken him that way, I would have liked him see him cut that ball off just a little bit and try to make the play. However, I think it's a high probability the results would have been the same, but I still think that ball was suited for the shortstop.
Well, we've been spoiled here with guys like Josh Silver who would take that ball barehanded.
Right.
Throw to first base, back safely is Geller. That's the better move.
That's
right?
the better move. I don't think that's the best one.
Colbert at the plate now. The first baseman struck out his first time up.
I think Trey picked off four batters the last time these two teams played.
First base again, a good move. But back safely is Geller, who no doubt has been warned by his coaching staff. Don't venture too far.
He would not steal.
Yeah. There's a little bloop right into the shortstop's glove. Nice play by Brian McBride. So now 2 down. It's a good play out there by the shortstop. And Jared Henderson, the pitcher, he singled his first time up.
We'll be out number 2.
1-0 Crabbers here, top of the third. One man on for the Nansemond River Warriors. They put a man on base each of the first 3 innings. Henderson's going to try to move him around here against Trey Morgan of the Crabbers. Outfield playing slightly closer than you would expect with a big hitter like Jarrett Henderson. Geller checks back at first base. Over to first base, back. You can see that move.
It's good.
Well, it looks a lot like his delivery. There's not any change in the way he does his leg. And I'm sure that contributes to success.
And I don't think it's a balk either. I think it's all legal. You know, it's hard to balk with a three-man crew from a left-hander. When you have a two-man crew, I teach the balk because nobody can see it. The first base umpire has a bad angle. The home plate has an umpire has a bad angle. With a three-man crew, now it's a lot more difficult.
High foul ball down the right field side, lands on the Pilot clubhouse down there. 1-1 on Jarrett Henderson. 2 down here in the third. Bethel Bruins got the win in the first game this evening.
Well played ball game.
And Gloucester got the win in the hit. Menchville awaits the winner of this game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That'll be followed by the Gloucester and Bethel game. So fans, if you somehow we get this broadcast out tomorrow, come on out Friday night. Spend the first night of the Memorial Day weekend watching baseball. Henderson reaches out and fouls off the pitch, 1-2. Good pitch from Morgan that time as he goes way outside trying to tease in.
It's called expanding the strike zone, and he's done well with it.
Wind blowing hard out to left field now. Swirling a little bit as you get away from the grandstand. One-two, grounded foul up the first baseline. Johnson hustled over to try to get it, couldn't come up with it. So Morgan with a 1-2 count on his opposing pitcher, Jarrett Henderson, here with 2 down in the third. Throw to first base. They got him that time. What a move by Morgan. That was really close. Picked him off. That leaves Henderson with the bat on his shoulder.
Hey, Frank,
Got her picked off.
I know a balk move. I know when you're cutting that line. I think it was a really good move.
Well, folks, if you get your DVR at home, watch that one over and over again because that's almost unbeatable right there.
And if with a first base umpire there, a first base coach over there, they know he's got a good move. If I was a first base coach and I thought it was even close, I'd be going crazy.
Yep.
And it was a really good move. I don't think it was a balk, at all. It was a really good move.
Well, he had Geller by 2 body lengths that time.
And if you're not going anywhere, I don't say you can get picked off. I really don't. And you know it's that good. I mean, and you're not going anywhere because his move is just too good. The only way you can steal a base on him is as soon as he moves, just take off. And then the pitcher's got to make a great move to go throw to first base. The first baseman's got to make a good throw to second base. And, hey, everything falls into place, he'll be out or sick, whatever. But you're not going to just read him and take off. It's just not going to happen. The movie's just too good.
Well, and he actually throws it over. I mean, it's one of some pitchers.
Yeah.
You'll see a move here and there, but Morgan has developed a reputation for that move.
I've seen a few better. I've seen there's a kid, Brian Anderson, had a long big league career. He's actually picked one pick behind me. We're in Arizona. He was playing for the Diamondbacks, and our catcher is Mike Neberthal. It's opening day. He picked off the first base. His move was so good, his knee locked up. He tore his ACL the first game of the season. You can't make this up. Yep. That's locking somebody up.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Well, Jarrett Henderson puts the bat down, picks up the ball, and he's ready to go here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Hampton Crabbers over Nansemond River. The batter, the other freshman, this is the third baseman, Brendan McBride, the twin of the shortstop, Brian McBride. Brendan hitting about a 135 pace, but the guy's got some speed and can put the bat on the ball. Let's see if he can get one in the outfield and get on ahead of the top of the order for the Crabbers. They lead it 1-0 here. 3 hits for the Warriors, only 1 for the Crabbers. That one leads to a run, though. Pitch in from Henderson, the ball to the freshman.
So far, the only difference in the game is a great read by a runner going home from third base.
Call strike on the outside corner, 1-1. 1-1's a curveball, misses inside. 2-1. Good eye there by McBride.
Yeah, we talk about the art of being able to get hit by the baseball. I think that was the opportunity right there. Just it's called a little bit of a roll.
Reached and drove it to the Henderson's glove. He hustles over to first base, makes an underhand toss to the first baseman, and that does it for McBride. One down here in the third. Score at 1-3. And now the top of the order, Kyrie Gunn. Gunn hit by a pitch. Gunn comes in hitting very well. I said .445 from the leadoff spot this year. He drives it in left center field.
Run for a while on that one.
That's a good hustle by the center fielder. Can't make the play. It's going to roll not quite as far on a dry field, and that's going to hold Gunn to a double. So we've seen 2 Crabbers go to left center field against Henderson. So a 1-out double by Gunn. And now Ty Johnson, who sacrificed last time.
Kyrie Gunn gets the double deep into center field.
So here's Johnson, the first baseman. Another senior.
He was fading when he came around second, was starting to slow.
Hitting .276 on the year. I would not be surprised if he didn't lay down another bunt with Trey Morgan on deck.
Well, you got 1 out, Frank. Is there 1 out? Is that correct?
1 out. Yep.
I like the opportunity of taking 2 shots at it with a runner on second base.
Yeah, he takes the ball. So Gunn, decently to second base. Dansbury, the freshman, keeping his eye on him. 2-0 now on Johnson. Here's a 2-0. Called strike. High in the zone. 2-1. So one senior on second, another senior at the plate. Here's a pitch. Line foul down the right field line. Strike 2. You probably can pick up Danny Mitchell's coaching from third base on the microphone, and my window's closed. So Danny's one of those guys that most people can hear. Line shot down the right field line, but foul again. Gunn's going to return to second base. So Henderson, being a steady diet of outside pitches, trying to keep Johnson from ripping something out in left center field, which has been where the hits have been tonight. 2 hits for the Crabbers, both in left center.
Both pitchers filling up the strike zone.
Foul straight back. Good reach that time by Johnson. The curveball looked good.
Good quality of bat here, regardless of results.
Well, Henderson had a relatively easy first, but second he threw a lot of pitches, and he's thrown more here. Dansbury tries to slip behind Gunn out there, not able to do it. Here's a pitch from Henderson. High fly to shortstop. No, it's going to be the third baseman, Williams. Gage Williams makes a catch, almost bobbled out of his glove.
A lot of white in there.
A lot of it. But he makes the catch. Virginia Tech bound Williams, and now with 2 down, the batter is Trey Morgan, the pitcher, the left-hand hitter. Morgan popped to center his first time up. Got behind in the count. With a chance for the duck on the pond here. Base hit brings in the second run. Left fielder Nick Arnold moves towards center. And the pitch, it looked a little outside. It was called a ball high. But with Arnold over there, there's room down the line if Trey can push it that way. Get over the head of Williams at third. That one almost in his jersey. Out goes the Nansemond River coach. Pitching coach going to talk to his pitcher, Jarrett Henderson.
I know exactly what this conversation is about.
What's that conversation
This
about?
conversation is about, there's a base open. We have a 2-0 count. There's a right-hander on deck. Let's take our chance with that right-hander.
There you go.
If you hit him, if you walk him, we just rather face somebody else.
All right, so you've gotten to listen in to what the conversation's about.
Yeah, there's a mic on the mound,
Yeah.
right behind the pitcher's mound.
Sounding a lot like Wayne Gomes, but actually Wayne a lip reader. So a 2-0 to Morgan. Let's see if Wayne reads the tea leaves correctly here.
I wouldn't be surprised if a breaking ball or something off the plate.
Driving to left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. So it wasn't a bad enough pitch, was it? And Morgan drives in a
Didn't follow
run.
instructions. Can promise you that.
So Morgan picks up the RBI, knocking in Kyrie Gunn from second base. Third hit for the Crabbers, all three to left center field. And the Crabbers lead it 2-0 here. 3 hits apiece.
You know, sometimes you can instruct the kids all you want, but sometimes you just might have to do it for them. And what I mean by that is if that's what you wanted and you weren't 100% confident he can follow instructions and not give him a pitch to hit with a runner in scoring position and base open, you might just want to go ahead and walk him. You know, and they have every intention of doing the job right or following instructions, but the ability to execute just isn't there.
Yeah, not bad enough pitch, in other words. If you're going to walk him, there's a high fly foul ball down the right field line. Morgan's going to be run for. It looks like Warren Wright at first base. It's hard to see the numbers with the screen down there. See if that's number 8. No, excuse me. I take that back. Is that number 9? Darius Harris. Not the former Crabber and star of the apprentice school team.
Look at 8.
Is it 8? Well, Vassar's
not
already in
Trey.
the game. Not Trey Morgan, we know that. Throw over to first base. Back is not Trey Morgan. I think it's 9 because the only single digit not in the game is Darius Harris.
It's 98.
Pitch inside, misses. Good pitch from Henderson, just misses. Jordan McCray shows patience, 1-1 on the catcher. 4-year catcher for the Crabbers. He lays off the breaking ball. Appeal down to first base. No strikes, so 2-1. Jordan McCray hitting .259 coming in tonight. As you can see, can hit for power. There goes the runner. Called strike. Throw over Dansbury. He's able to knock it down as he leaps up. But into second base goes Harris. 2-2 count on his teammate Jordan McCray. Brian McBride on deck. We would love to get a chance with 2 men on. Left fielder Arnold very deep now for the Warriors. Here's a pitch. Lays off the breaking ball again. That's a tough pitch to lay off right there.
Yeah.
That's high in the zone.
Any ball that starts off in your eye level, you can see the ball really good, is really difficult to lay off. It's not good right there.
Big hole at a shortstop as Dansbury went all the way to the bag, but they end up walking McCray.
As a pitcher, if you see the shortstop flash and he's going to cover, when he flashed that glove, you cannot pitch. You cannot pitch the baseball. You know, in my opinion, they were doing too much in the middle of the infield anyway. The shortstop, you have 2 outs. If he steals third, so what? Okay.
Right.
If he steals third, so what? He's still just in the scoring position. He's not going to steal home. So play defense. You want to be in the best possible position to play defense. As a shortstop and second baseman, your job isn't to try to pick off the runners. That's not your job. That might be a byproduct if you see a runner getting too much of a lead. But for the most part, you're there to fill up holes and fill gaps in the defense. And being 2 feet off the bag, trying to hold a runner right now when that whole 6 hole is wide open. That 6 is wide open. It's 2 outs. You know. Make sure he stops his feet and get the 6 hole. See, they're doing too much right here. It's just too much.
Throw over to second base there. You're talking about too much.
Yeah.
Dansbury dancing around, but from his shortstop spot, moving behind second base. This is Brian McBride, who struck out his first time, the shortstop. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. Quickly 0-2 on McBride. Got a pinch runner down at first base, or a courtesy runner for the catcher. That's number 14. That's Khalil Gunn, or BB Gunn, is what he's known as. It's called strike 3. Right on the inside corner. Good pitch from Henderson. So he gets out of a little bit of a jam here, but not before giving up a run. Crabbers pick up their second in 2 innings. It's 2-0 here after 3. We go to the top of the 4th. Yeah, BB Gunn is the younger brother of Kyrie Gunn. Kyrie Gunn, also known as Squirt.
Squirt, BB.
Squirt and BB, yeah.
The oldest brother is, the name escapes me right now.
But the Guns have
Let me see what's
brought
on
their
the phone.
defense tonight and their offense. The double by Gunn leads to the run there for the Crabbers in the 3rd. Trey Morgan back on the mound. Decent crowd tonight for a game that is at least an hour late, actually 3 days and an hour late. A lot of people hung around and watched the Kecoughtan Bethel game, which was a good one, won by the Bethel Bruins
Very
tonight.
good game. Santos showed a different side. He came in the ball game and just turned it completely
Little
around.
left-hander?
Oh man,
Yeah, he really did.
He came in the game with bases loaded, nobody out. Bethel was up by a run.
Up by 1. It was 1-0.
He came in and the whole tempo, everything about the game just changed. Everything about it.
Well, he surprised you. Santos surprises you with his size. I mean, he's very muscular, but not a tall pitcher.
Hey, look, you see his size, you see what kind of stuff he has on the mound, but you can't measure heart.
No.
And I tell you, man, I mean, he plays with a lot of it. I was proud, man. You know, it's fun to watch. It was fun to watch, and I love his competitive side. I love the motion he shows. If his teammates feed off it, and it's fun to watch. And he does it not in a way that's arrogant or boastful. He just does it because he's a competitor and he likes to compete and he likes to be out there and he wants to see his team win. I love it. I love watching it.
Jared Henderson back at the plate now. He was standing there with a 1-2 count at the top of the 3rd when his teammate Miles Geller was picked off first base. So Henderson now with a strike here in the 4th. 2-0 Hampton Crabbers. Both teams with 3 hits. That's the Bugs Bunny slow ball right there from Trey Morgan. Henderson way out in front.
Yeah.
Morgan wearing the oversized pants out there. I think he can pull those all the way down across his toes. Pitch misses away. Good pitch, though, with the 0-2. Nansen Rivers got some vocal fans here, and great to see those fans from that side get over here to the peninsula. Swing and a miss. Henderson out on strikes. He's 1 for 2 tonight. One down here in the 4th. The batter is Gage Williams, a Virginia Tech bound 3rd baseman. He struck out at the end of the 1st inning. Gonna be careful with this kid, as Williams can play. Wu Baker Bray testing all the food down the concessionary tonight. Is that Bethel doing it tonight? Doing the cooking? Wonderful cheeseburger. I had one earlier. Cooked on the grill down there.
Frank, you had 4.
No, only one. Wait, trying to slim down a little bit for the season. It's coming up.
This season starts in 4 days?
Yeah, that's right. I'm slimming down today. 1-0, pop foul over the right side. It's going to land in the parking lot. 1-1 on Williams. Gage Williams, a senior. He's pitched against the Crabbers early in the season. Crabbers beat him 6-4 in their only meeting in this convoluted conference system. No longer just a Peninsula District, which usually put on a pretty good tournament here. 2-1 now on Gage Williams. Grabber defense straight away against Williams. Fouled off the handle. Had been a wooden bat, it would have cracked.
It would have shattered.
Williams
That ball hit that ball off his knuckles.
Williams wearing the old school pants up to his knees and the red Nansemond River socks.
Some people can't wear that uniform. He's pulling it off. I tell you, get that tall, slim, lanky body. It looks good on him.
2-2. We'll see how the maroon and orange looks on him.
Got the medium pants on.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, youth large.
Yeah, that's right.
He can do it. I couldn't pull it off.
You could. I bet you get those pants over one thigh.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Those things are painted on though.
3-2 now to Williams. As Morgan looks in, the lefty kicks and delivers. Ground ball sharply to third. One hopper. Up with it is McBride. And the twin, Brendan McBride, makes the throw over. Retires Gage Williams, 2 down here in the fourth. Good play by McBride. Didn't let that ball eat him up. He charged it even though it was hard hit. Came around and scored the first run. So 2 strikes quickly on Jernigan. Jared Henderson strikes him out. Henderson now with 4 strikeouts. And the batter is Keyshawn Johnson. Johnson grounded a short his first time up. That moved the runner over and allowed Jernigan to score back in the second. Johnson, the athletic center fielder, facing the righty Henderson. And Henderson seems to be on this inning. He delivers a strike. A little bit of break on that one, wasn't it, Wayne?
There was.
A cutter, or did he try and throw a slider? What is it?
It's tough to see from the angle we have, but I know it's got some movement on it. I know that.
I mean,
I can just tell by the response that the hitters are giving. It just seems to be run out of bat.
1-1 now. Fouled off his own leg. 1-2. Johnson comes in hitting 225. Got a piece of that one. Stays alive here. As Henderson seems to be getting stronger here in the fourth.
Yeah.
He and his Warriors trail it 2-0. Coach Mitchell with some advice.
Yeah. He's got something for him.
Danny Mitchell's been coaching the Hampton Crabs a long time. He's the assistant football coach. He and Mike Smith have had 30-some years of success in Hampton.
That's
Slow roller. Henderson going to try to throw out a little stumble down there, and he got him. Nice play by Henderson. A little stumble for Johnson. So a good play by the pitcher. Records a second out here in the fourth. Now Charles Vassar, the right fielder.
Matt Colbert is just in time for out number 2.
Bill Nettles trying to copy now. You can hear the echo.
He's trying to copy you.
He's working on studying my tape. Right-hand hitter Charles Vassar steps in. Takes a strike. A little movement on that pitch. As it catches the outside corner. 2-0 Crabbers here. 2 outs at the bottom of the fourth. That one must have been high.
That ball might have been up. He's giving a little bit on those corners. If you see both pitchers, they just keep working their way out there, And that's smart by them. If you're getting it, I would keep going out there.
That time he came right down the middle of the pipe.
You got to find out where it stops at some point, though.
Yeah. Now, you've been the pitching coach in the Coastal Plain League for 7 seasons. You know how far out things can go. Sometimes way too far, sometimes not enough.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's consistent on both sides, if it's your strike zone, it's your strike zone.
We had an umpire last year that didn't give he probably gave half a baseball on the outside corner. That was it.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. I want
swinging a miss
I'm a pitcher. I want that. I want as much as I can get.
3 up, 3 down. That time for Henderson, he records his 5th strikeout to end the inning. But the Crabbers lead it 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. Number 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Nansemond River Warriors. Trey Morgan goes out. Lots of sports around the country tonight. There's a basketball game on tonight.
I don't know. Is there?
Cleveland. Do we call that a game if Cleveland plays?
Yeah, it's a game. They're having fun.
Yeah, they've had a big time. They've lost 1 game. The Warriors haven't lost a game, have they?
They have not lost a game.
So they probably should just cancel those playoff games and gone straight to the Warriors and the Cavaliers again.
A lot of people would say it would have saved us a lot of time.
And then on the hockey side, my Pittsburgh Penguins play tonight, Game 7 in Pittsburgh against the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, I've been a Penguins fan for years, and last year they had a nice family from Petersburg. One of their sons playing at Petersburg brought me a banner there when they won the Stanley Cup. And I'm not even going to look at the game. I've got my DVR going. I'm going to go home and keep my ears closed.
Me either.
Yeah, you going to watch a little basketball tonight?
Tonight I might go home and watch it on DVR.
There you go. Get a prediction here before you go.
I got a feeling that the Celtics are getting beat up a little bit right now. Just got a hunch.
Last time they played at home, they lost by 45 points.
Yeah.
They were down 40-some in the at halftime.
Yeah.
And then they came back and won the next game at Cleveland.
Without the best player.
Yeah. Is Thomas out for the whole series?
He is.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I predict Cleveland may put it on them tonight. That'll set up a good championship game, and it's really the two best teams.
It is the two best teams.
There are a couple good teams right here. They got a 2-0 ball game. The Crabbers lead the Warriors. Leadoff man is Jarrett Mayer, the second baseman.
Used to be my neighbor. I lived in Suffolk. His dad owns a chain of McDonald's.
Okay, Jarrett, junior at National River High School. The right-hander facing the lefty. Takes a ball. Pitchers now go on pitch count, do they not, in high school?
They do.
So that's got to
They
be
do.
monitored by both pitches.
Yeah.
Pitch it away and swung on and
I haven't
missed.
quite figured out how it works as far as communicating that with the other team and the honor system or what, but I think the teams are supposed to communicate afterwards about the number of pitches the opposing kid threw. I'm not sure.
Well, tonight would be simple. A lot for both.
Well, I don't know where they are. I don't know what the number is. I mean, neither pitcher has had a long inning, so through 4 innings, I would imagine Trey has thrown less than 70. No, if I was the guess.
Probably so. I would say he's right about 60, 65. 2-1 for Morgan.
I don't think he's had an inning over 15 pitches.
High short fly out there to Keyshawn Johnson. He's going to reach up and make the catch. One down here in the 5th. The batter is Desmond Howard. Howard had the first base hit of the night, the double to right field. Excuse me, second base hit of the night. First extra base hit. So the big designated hitter stands in. Howard, a junior. Takes curveball inside. Not a lot of room on the corners here for Morgan here in the 5th.
What goal is that? The goal is Mike. So right there at the National Park site. The other goal,
Takes that one for ball 2.
San Francisco and the Fire broke out.
Morgan throwing a few breaking balls, trying to get Howard to chase him.
Yep. That's actually not the way to get him out. He threw the fastball last time. Desmond has a pretty big swing. He threw the fastball last time out over the plate. If you just got that fastball in just a little bit, he'd be fine.
He fouled it off. 2-1. That's fastball there, huh?
Just need to move it in just a little bit.
Now, Trey Morgan is only a sophomore, and his fastball is not the fastest in the conference, I would say.
It's not the fastest in the conference, but I think that the misconception is you have to throw hard to get guys out. It's just a matter of changing speeds, changing locations, moving the ball up and down, in and out. And you can have a lot of success without the greatest fastball. That's a strike.
Good pitch. I remember Zane Ridings. Do you remember Zane, the big, tall kid from out west who couldn't break glass?
I don't.
And he played here the Pilots, and you bring him in right after Josh Hettinger, who could throw 95.
I remember a guy named Brian Bohannon. Played with the Colorado Rockies. He was about 6'4", about 300 pounds, and he always had mustard on his jersey. He just had that body. Just loved a case of beer, like with every meal. And he threw. He played for the Rockies against when I was with the Phillies, and I don't think he threw the ball 80 miles an hour the whole game. And he was carving guys up left and right with a little cutter and changing speeds like it was nobody's business.
That's what Ridings did. You put him in after somebody throwing heat. You put Ridings in, and they would swing 3 times at the first pitch.
He could just pitch. He could just pitch. What just happened?
Howard got hit by a pitch
I thought they were calling
on a
him back for
breaking
some
ball,
reason,
so
yeah.
they're going to run for him.
Yeah.
This number 4, Jackson Eleanor, is going to run, so they're going to run for the designated hitter. I guess he's not the designated runner.
We have been graced with the
Eleanor.
presence of David Mitchell in the press box.
You mean the new coach?
The new coach
of
of
the Paul
summer-
D.
summer camp.
Community College
Paul
baseball
D.
team.
Paul D. Camp.
Is that, I saw his hat tonight, and there's so many initials.
No, it's not the hat. It's the hat, the socks, the drawers, the jacket, the shoes, and the bag.
Well, the hat, it gets so many initials over there that there's letters all the way from the right ear to the left.
You gotta see
have
his
to see him
tattoo.
turn around. Oh, my
yeah,
God.
on his lower back.
Zach Martin stands in now. We're going to have some discussion. Phil Malillo, the assistant coach for the Crabbers, is going to come out and get straight with the home plate umpire and how they settled.
I know we're joking with David, but I don't think Paul DeCamp could find a better coach to start the program off and lead in the right direction. Great baseball mind, good friend, and I wish him all.
Well, I do too, and we're real proud of him. The work he does here at Peninsula for the Peninsula Pods has been magnificent.
I've seen him put chalk on the field and wash clothes, and he does all.
So he's
big-time
ready.
asset.
What you're saying, he's ready for the new program.
Yeah, he is.
There goes the runner, down goes the throw, and a beautiful
Great
throw.
That was quick. That was nice.
That's Jordan McCray with a throw to second baseman T.J. Hubbard, and they throw the runner out.
And that was a great throw, okay, but he was thrown out because of the pitcher. I mean, he was thrown out because the lead is minimal. He can't get a great jump. So I think when you're in a short game, when I say a short game, it's a 7-inning game, and you have a very difficult chance of stealing because of pitcher runs. Given free outs, you only have how many left? 3 times. You only got 9 left, and to waste one. Trying to force the issue because you're down 2 is I'm not sure if I agree with that decision.
Well, Zach Martin swings through a pitch, 1-1 on Martin with 2 down here in the 5th. I don't know if there's any truth that Paul D. Camp Community College baseball program brought letters of interest to be signed tonight.
There's some
I'm
players
sure we
out
got
here.
some coaching going on there. Look at that.
There's some players out here.
1 and 2 down to Martin.
I'm sure he's broken some division rules or something already. He's probably been in the dugout of recruiting.
Mr. Mitchell Coach Mitchell is quite a fisherman, I'm told. Well, at least he fishes. I'm not sure he catches, but what's the show on the radio? Fishing can be boring. You got to be catching with Captain Reese. You got to be catching with Captain Mitchell. He always puts up a picture or 2 a year of some good-looking. What do you get? Striped bass, right?
Bass, redfin.
Pop foul right side. Is it Paul D. Camp Community College located on a bass lake over there?
I'm gonna have to find one.
Well, congratulations. That's exciting. You're gonna do a lot of the putting down the lines and sewing the uniforms and all that, but it's gonna be a real challenge for you and probably very rewarding. That's terrific. 2-2 now with 2 down in the 5th. Swing and a miss. McCray pulls out of the dirt. That does it for the Warriors here. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Crabbers hold on to their 2-0 lead. Well, I want to thank Wube Gabray again. We could not do this broadcast without him. He came over here tonight, set up these cameras. He's been helping. You're probably seeing a little bit of better camera broadcast because he's been so kind to go down and get a camera and take some different angles for you at home. So do compliment him when you see him next. He's been with the station for a long time, and I've enjoyed calling games with him all year long. Wube Gabray, thank you very much for bringing the fans this game tonight. As we watch Jared Henderson in his red top, gray pants, take his warm-up tosses here in the bottom of the 5th. His team trails 2-0. Both teams with 3 hits. Henderson's pitched well. First run for the Pods scored, for the Crabbers, Talked a lot about the Pods tonight. Scored on that pass ball back in the 2nd. Then a good a double in the 3rd. Round out. Led to Trey Morgan driving in the run. Going with it 1 for 2 tonight. Number 9, 1 and 2 hitters for the Crabbers here in the bottom of the 5th. Throw down by the catcher, Ty Signal. We're ready to go here.
Getting late in the game here.
And
make something happen.
Fast-moving ball game tonight. Both pitchers have pitched well, only giving up 3 hits. Crabbers been able to scrape out a couple of runs.
I know Nan's been down to 6 outs.
They did one of those 4.000 costs for 1,000.
So Brendan McBride, the third base playing twin of the shortstop Brian McBride, steps in. He grounded to the pitcher his first time up. Facing Jarrett Henderson for the second time tonight. Takes the pitch away, ball 1. Pop foul to the left side, 1-1. Brendan McBride is known for his defense at third base. We've seen it already tonight. Again, just a freshman. Danny Mitchell building another couple of good years of program. There's a bloop out to right field. That may drop in. No, back goes Mayer. Jarrett Mayer with a nice play out there in short right field to make the catch. 1 down here in the 5th. And a leadoff man, Kyrie Gunn, who doubled his last time up. He's been hit by a pitch and doubled. Scored the second run for the Crabbers. I want to congratulate a team that had lots of former Penn South 10 players. This ground ball third. It's going to be trapped foul by Gage Williams. Now, the Apprentice School had a terrific run this year. Made it all the way to the championship game up in Glen Falls, New York. 2 former Crabbers, Darius Harris and Stephen Hucks, leading the way. And a lot of good players from around this area. Robbie Watkins we've seen. And they had a really good year.
I didn't know Robbie Watkins was there.
Yeah. Gunn gets another pitch. That one's inside.
No, we didn't go that far north. We stayed a little further south.
Apprentice School, coached by Brian Cave. Done a great job over in the shipyard, and the shipyard has supported them. They built the new Apprentice School in downtown Newport News, a beautiful facility. And the baseball team has always been terrific, but they're really good in the last couple of years. That went inside. Gunn leaps out of the way, 3-1. He's been hit once tonight. Didn't want to take the fastball off the shoulder that time. Wind blowing out to left field now, very strong when you get the ball up in the air. Away, walked him.
It was a good job of getting on base.
Well, that's 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
That
She
was
won
the
from the
least,
leadoff guy.
that was the least painful of the time for him. So with 1 out, the batter, the first baseman Ty Johnson. Johnson at 276. Couple of offers for Johnson to play at the next level. Transfer from Woodside High School. A real nice addition for the Crabbers. Big hole between third and short for the right-hand hitting Ty Johnson. As Dansbury is watching the runner, throw over by Henderson back safely is Gunn. Henderson watching his runner to deliver. There goes Gunn. Bat pulled away, strike taken in and safely is Gunn with a stolen base. Johnson lets the pitch go by, and Gunn grabs second base. Now a duck on the pond with 1 out here for the Crabbers in the bottom of the 5th. A fast-moving ball game on a beautiful night for baseball. Really doesn't, temperature-wise, doesn't get any better. It's crisp.
Yeah, you're right.
Saw Henderson putting on his undershirt before the game as he was trying to get warm. Fouled off by Johnson. 0-2 now on the Crabbers' first baseman. The senior. Nice pictures by Ralph Wood on Facebook. If you can follow the Pilot's cameraman, Ralph Wood, who happens to be the grandfather of Trey Morgan. But he took some nice pictures of the Hampton seniors this year. They had a very nice ceremony a couple of weeks ago. Ty Johnson, one of those seniors, getting a nice collage of pictures and flowers for his mother. The 0-2. Away. Henderson tries to get him to chase. But with 1 out, Johnson looking for something he can drive. Try to bring in a third run. Crabbers cannot be too far ahead of these Warriors.
There was a woman standing there, and she was looking.
Henderson painting the corner, couldn't get the call.
They keep trying to go out there, but it's kind of running out. The plate's only getting so big. There's not much more room over there.
Tyson are going to set up inside this time.
Good pitch. There we go.
Ball
Good
strike,
pitch.
almost hit him in the foot. Struck him out. So great pitch there As Wayne said, that was a surprise to him.
Ty Johnson looks
Well, it's definitely a surprise when you throw 3 or 4 pitches that far off the plate and they come inside. It makes that last pitch look like it's so far inside when really it wasn't. It was just a good pitch of the ball on the plate.
Trey Morgan now 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the third, looking to expand his team's lead. As that pitch again, strike one. Henderson can snap off that fastball. He's had good placement tonight.
This is not smart. Not smart at all. I don't like anything parts of that play. Nothing.
Gunn steals the base.
Nothing about it. He didn't get a good jump. I know he made it, okay, but just because it was successful, it doesn't make it a good play. You have your 3-hole hitter up, okay. You got a gate open. When I say gate open, the catcher has a free lane to throw the ball. You have 2 outs. You're already in scoring position. Everything about that play,
Just unnecessary risk is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Swinging a miss by Morgan, 1
Now,
and 2.
on the flip side, let me tell you what could come out. What could come out of this? He could throw a dirt ball right here and he scores. Okay, if we're going to play the small percentages like that, then all right, it might work out for him. But for the most part, when you have a left-hander up there, when you call the gate open,
Ground ball in the middle. Dansbury bobbles the ball,
yep.
and the error is going to lead to the run.
Exactly, and then if he wouldn't have stole that base, he wouldn't have scored. However, the percentages say that the play wasn't a smart play, but it did work out. So,
Well, and you say just because it works out doesn't make it a good play.
exactly.
But the Crabbers move ahead 3-0 now, still with just 3 hits. Henderson a little frustrated as he pitched well this inning and has given up the run. He did walk Gunn, and Gunn stole 2 bases to put himself in scoring position at third base and able to score on that ground ball.
And I think what I disliked the most part about that is he didn't get a great jump. He was probably 2-3 feet off the bag. The shortstop was holding him pretty tight, and it wasn't a good jump. So it was a risky play. It worked out for him, and
Yep. Darius Harris back running for Morgan as the battery mate Jordan McCray takes the ball low. 2 down here in the 5th. Crabbers lead at 3-0 over the Nansemond River Warriors. Last year's 5A state champions. Matt Stoffel and his staff, Tom Lau, who used to be at Heritage High School for a number of years, Brian Elms, Gilbert Fitzwater, and Jason Reed. He goes runner, pop foul over the right side. 1-1 now. A good staff over there, and to win a high school baseball championship is quite a challenge. I mean, to win a baseball championship anyway, you got to get hot at the right time. You have the right pitching order. You got to have a lot of breaks. Nansemond River put it together last year. Coach Stoffel brings home the school's first baseball title and his first baseball title.
That wouldn't make any difference to him anyway. But if that was Morgan on there, you know exactly what they're trying to do.
Pitches up and in, 2-1.
Yeah.
So McCray looking to move Harris around. Throw down to second base is going to get him. Looks like, yep. Throws him out. And that does it for the Crabbers here, leaving McCray at the plate.
hey, the turning point in this game has been the aggressiveness by the Crabbers on the base paths.
It really has been. That's the 2 runs that they've picked up that way.
Right.
Which it's a whole different ballgame.
It's a whole different
3-0 versus 1-0.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Coach Stuffel's over there saying, "Look, guys, we're in this thing. We're in the 6th. Let's get something against Trey Morgan."
And Danny knows his team. And Danny knows his team better than anybody. So if that's their way of manufacturing runs, stealing third with the open base and a gate open, as I would call it, or a pass ball that barely gets by and being aggressive. Hey, that's your style of play. You have to win with that and die with that. So
What's interesting, Wayne, is the Crabbers aren't that fast. This is not a fast team yet, but being smart on the base is more important than speed.
Yeah. and being aggressive.
Right.
You know, you have to establish an identity as a ball club. Are you the team that's going to hit the ball at the ballpark? Are you going to run station to station? Most of the time, if you're a home run hitting team, you run station to station. You don't take those kind of risks. Your players are big and strong, and we're waiting for the 3-run run home run. Or you could be, look, man, we're going to take every opportunity to advance to the next base and get every chance possible to get to third base. We're going to pitch, we're going to play defense, and we're going to steal bases. And it looks like the Crabbers are closer to, hey, let's be smart on the base pass, and let's be overly aggressive and take our chances. And that's the difference in this ball game. You know, you got to Trey on the mound, doing his thing, put him on the strike zone, getting ahead, pitching ahead, and playing defense, and they're just running like madmen on the base pass, whether they get thrown out or not.
Trey facing the number 9, 1 and 2 hitters in the 6th. Again, these are 7-inning ball games in high school.
It's key to Trey get the bottom parts of the lineup out because they have a little thunder there. They've been quiet. They've been pretty quiet so far this game. You know, if they want to play, they'll have to wake up at some point.
He gave up a hit in the first, hit in the second, and a hit in the third.
He hasn't worked hard yet.
But nothing yet, yeah.
He hasn't broke up a sweat, man. I mean,
Nick Arnold's going to lead off. He grounded to short his first time up.
Well, that's the whole purpose.
Nick, a freshman.
They'll read the newspaper and sell newspapers. Huh? I did.
Well, Morgan, the lefty, delivers. Foul straight back.
If you're not up on it, if you get into that topic at all, you're losing.
Trey Morgan with the blonde hair scooting out from underneath that red cap. Henry Morgan III, known from the very beginning as Trey, has grown up right here at this field. You've all watched him become a fine pitcher, only a 10th grader. Driven deep to left center field. Back goes the center fielder Johnson, not able to come up with it. Arnold hits the second base. Arnold has the double there to lead off the Warrior 6th. First solid hit ball. The second one, I guess, since
right.
Howard's.
You're right.
Puts Arnold as the leadoff hitter there at second base. And the top of the order, Miles Geller and Matt Colbert behind him. Then the pitcher, Jared Henderson. So here's Miles Geller. He's popped to the first baseman and singled right back up the middle. 1 for 2 tonight.
When you get them snap out of the bottom parts of your lineup, that's a lot. I mean, because now, this is the best of the best. This is gonna be their only shot. If they don't do it here, then it's not looking good for them.
Morgan kicks and delivers, and swinging through it does Miles Geller. Strike 1. Now this pickoff move doesn't work at second base, so the double does give the Nansemond River team a little advantage here as we get a 2-goose flyover. After watching left fielder Kyrie Gunn fight the Luna Moth that had come out there and attacked him, he's okay now. Pitch pop fly to right field Vassar and the first baseman Johnson. And the ball bounces right in front of Vassar. So the three of them converge, but nobody takes control. Ball drops in for a single. So Geller with his second hit of the night. That moves a runner to third. So 2 hits in a row here, a double and a single. And the number 2 hitter, Matt Colbert, popped short and struck out tonight. Left-hand hitting first baseman. Well, the Crabbers trying to weather the storm. Here come the Warriors. 5 hits now for Nansemond River. Fans from Nansemond River up, shouting encouragement to Colbert. Trey Morgan throws over to first base, back safely is Geller. Colbert, a junior. Throw to first base again. Closer play that time.
If I was the first base coach, he'd have 1 foot in the base. It's no way because Trey's looking for a free out right here.
That's exactly right.
He's looking for a free out, and if he don't be careful, he might get one.
Pitch in for a strike. to Colbert. Now the thrower to first base will also distract Colbert, will it not? Make him maybe throw off his rhythm a little bit, especially with his leg kick. Yeah, as a hitter.
Maybe.
Because Trey's leg kick is very similar. That time, ball on the inside of the base, dug out by the first baseman Johnson. So still 0-1 on Matt Colbert. Nick Arnold down at third, and Miles Geller at first. 0-1's away, hung on to by the catcher McCray.
Yeah, right now I think Trey's giving that runner at first base a little bit too much attention. That delivery was different than any delivery he's had throughout this whole game. You know, his leg kick was a lot different. And, look, if both these runners score, you're still winning. You know, I mean, so right now let's concentrate on getting out right here.
Let's see what he does here. Got a 1-1 count on the batter.
I'm really confused about this defense the Crabbers are in. If the ball's hit to the shortstop, I mean, right here, if you get a double play, I mean, essentially the inning is calmed down. You might give up a run, but I don't know how you're going to turn double play with the second baseman in the hole right there. If it's hit to the shortstop, it's no chance he's going to turn double play.
No, that'd be right at the bag, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if he has to go to his right at all. Oh,
there it is.
On cue. There's nobody there anyway.
And there.
Yeah.
Yep, nobody there.
There's nobody there anyway. I mean, I don't understand that defense at all.
Well, that's a good eye, Wayne, because that cost the Crabbers the double play.
Yeah. And it had a lot to do why he missed the ball, because, I mean, he's thinking, where am I going with this baseball before it's hit? I mean, and he really had no clue. I mean, maybe he was going to first base, but if you're playing a shortstop and he's a run on first base, you got to automatically be thinking double play. However, there's nobody to throw it to.
Justin Bias, assistant coach, out to talk to Trey Morgan in the infield after that play. 3-1 now, Hampton Crabbers lead it. Nobody out yet here in the sixth for Nansemond River. The batter is the opposing pitcher, Jared Henderson. Henderson singled and struck out tonight. Runs at first and second. It's Geller at second, Colbert at first. And the senior, Jared Henderson, steps in.
Please don't tell me the first baseman's going to hold the runner on right here with a runner on second base.
Well, he's doing it.
Oh, boy. And
Foul back.
Is he going to steal second?
He's not going anywhere as far as I can tell. There's somebody out there. How many red shirts can you have at the back?
Well, please have somebody plug that four-hole up. I don't understand this defense here.
First baseman Ty Johnson still holding the runner. Geller with a short lead at second. Trey Morgan steps off back towards the bag. Obviously the runner's bothering Morgan. Wind blowing out to left. The left fielder, Kyrie Gunn, is taking a few steps back against Henderson. Throw down to second base, very nearly got him. That would have been that free out you were talking about.
Yeah.
And he knows he turned the different way than he had before. And Geller very nearly picked off. He's been picked off once tonight. Here's the 0-1. Inside, gets away. No, McCray fakes everybody, including myself, but runners don't bite. 1-1. So the sophomore, Trey Morgan, tested here in the sixth, giving up 5 hits, 2 in this inning, and 1 run. 3-1 Crabbers. Throw back to second base.
Oh my God, they got him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
They got 2 of them.
Oh my God, you can't make this up. He called him safe.
He caught him safe. He didn't see it as he went by. The umpire missed the first play. He was turning around looking. So there was no call there. The call was on the second play. So the old pickoff play.
He's going to call him safe. He might call him safe. He tagged him with his hand. He had the ball in his hand.
Well, I'm not sure they saw it. Umpire says he's out at third base. So the fake pickoff play, Wayne.
Yeah.
Geller thrown out.
You talk about looking for free outs. I'm telling you, I mean, you got to have a feel for a game.
So that's 1-6. Somehow the shortstop ends up with the ball. That's McBride. And the runner at second base called safe. So possibly missed calls on both ends. So it all levels out, although a change would have put the runner at third, not at second. So one down, Colbert at second base. It's a 1-1 count on Jarrett Henderson. Danny Mitchell has gone out to plead his case, but like Mark Stufel before him, he does not convince the umpire to change the call. So now one runner on, one in, and the batter Henderson with a 1-1 count. 3-1 ball game. Well, a great play from Morgan. He was able to get away with it. Outfielders move everybody. Perfect acting there. And Geller bites and goes to third without seeing the ball. A 1-1 pitch to Henderson. Colbert stays closer to the bag. Ground ball third. Down to the diving McBride. One run's going to score. Throw in. And it's going to be a double for Henderson and an RBI. So the pickoff certainly benefits the Crabbers, but as the Nansemond River gets one run on that. So still with one out, the batter is the cleanup man, the Virginia Tech bound Gage Williams. Well, the runner now, it looks like Mason Bedingfield is going to run for Nansemond River's pitcher, Jarrett Henderson. Henderson with the RBI double. Colbert scores from second base. And Williams, the right-hand hitter, facing lefty Trey Morgan, who's in the first tough inning of the game. So far giving up 2 doubles and a single. First pitch, Gage Williams. Swing and a miss. Williams struck out and grounded to third. Wind blowing straight away center field. Left fielder Kyrie Gunn is back against Williams. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. So he's moving the ball in the zone, in and out.
I would expect him to come in right here. I really would. I think if he comes in, he'll get some soft contact.
Keep it really close so he can't get his arms around. Gage Williams stands in. Trey Morgan looks in. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches up in the zone, 1 in and 2 out. Williams strikes out for the second time, second out of the inning, and now the batter, Jaden Tysinger, the catcher. Tysinger's popped to right and struck out tonight. He's still got a duck on the pond out there in the form of the runner Mason Bedingfield. Bedingfield, the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Jarrett Henderson, who doubled in the second run for the Nansemond River Warriors. 1-run game here in the top of the 6th. 3-2 Crabbers. Pitch catches the outside corner. Now, Wayne, that's a pitch right there that gets the outside corner. That's probably the most zip we've seen out of Trey Morgan tonight.
Yeah, that ball's off the plate. So, hey, I would keep going out there.
Yeah, it sounded good. I think we got the call half on that. Driven foul down the right field.
He's competing.
Yeah, he's been raised on this diamond right here.
Oh, yes, he has. He's been taught well.
And watched a lot of good coaches. And Trey Morgan listens. I don't know if he listens to his parents, but he listens to the coaches.
I think he listens to his parents. I think he does. I know him as a person, and he's a very respectful, good kid. Good kid.
The 0-2 now to Tysinger. Up in the zone. 1 and 2.
I tell you, what I respect much about Hank and Henry and how they raise his kid. They really let him have fun. I mean, they let him play baseball. They're really baseball purists. They don't put too much pressure on him. They don't force him into anything. He loves the game because he grew up around it. But I've never heard him talk the game where it's nothing more than just a game.
Yeah,
it's just a game. Let's have fun, man.
Well, he just fought his way out of a tough inning.
He did.
Gave up 2 doubles and a single.
And I saw that tough inning coming. When he started off with that double, I was like, well, here's their chance. Here's their big chance to make a run. You got the top of the lineup coming up. You got some guys who were supposed to carry this ball club who hadn't done much. That fake play, that free out, which we talked about, was it might be the game. It might be the game because
they'd still be out there.
They'd still be out there. Another run with a score, it'll be tied.
Yep.
Now Trey's going to go back out there with 3 more outs to get. The meat of the lineup is gone.
Right.
And what are we at? 6, 7, 8
6,
now?
7, and 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
well there you go.
We talk a lot about Hank Morgan, Trey's father, but he and his father, his grandfather, Henry Morgan. Mm-hmm. What do they tell the three things they tell every player that comes in here and plays with the Pilots? Play hard, respect the game, have fun.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you said about Trey.
Yeah. I coached a lot of the Pilots. Like I said, I coached them for 7 years, and these kids come from a variety of programs, and some of them, really got caught up. I know you're at a high level when you're playing with the Pilots, and everybody sees the glory of the contract and which the TV, and they all want to get there, and I respect that. But some of the players have lost hey, it's a game, and it's more of a, hey man, where can I get drafted? Where, when I played, I have to be honest, I played because I loved it, and the draft just happened to come. I didn't play for the draft. The draft was just a product of putting hard work into it and playing because I wanted to win and I wanted to be a part of something. And I woke up one day and it was there. And now it seems to be, you see the contract and you see, which we can come out of it instead of you focusing on that instead of focusing on the sweat to put into it. So,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think the Pilot players benefit, and I'm sure Crabber players benefit too, because they come through with Danny Mitchell and his staff.
Yeah.
He teaches them how to play the game the right way. I'm sure Mark Stufel over there in Nance River the same way, and that's how he gets that state title.
Yeah, he is. It's good baseball here, man. Good baseball.
Jordan McRae fouls the ball. First pitch he sees down the third base line. McRae was at the plate when his teammate Darius Harris thrown out at second base to end the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Crabbers now. Crabbers been out hit 6-3, but they've been able to get one more run. That one taken inside. He thought he might take it in the shoulder.
I thought he was going to. He gave every effort he could. He leaned into it a little bit, and I would have loved it. I would have loved every minute of it. If they would have told him he had to come back, oh gosh, watch out.
Sharply fouled off to the right side.
If they told him he would have come back, because you try to get in the way of the ball, they would have been right. But I still don't like to see it happen. I'm all for getting hit by the baseball and find any way possible to get on first base.
1-2 now to the Crabber catcher. Ground ball to first, fielded nicely down by the first baseman. That's Matt Colbert on the 2 short hops, and he's going to retire McRae by himself. One down here in the 6th. Batter is Brian McBride. I know Crabbers wouldn't mind to have a few or a little longer here, bottom of the 6th. Give Morgan some rest. Got a relief pitcher up in the bullpen down there. As Brian McBride looks at the first pitch, in for a strike. Henderson pitched very well this whole game. He's got his team right where it needs to be. McBride struck out twice tonight. He's in the hole 0-2 now. Jared Henderson at the plate, 2 for 3. On the mound, he struck out 6. That one away and low. McBride would not like to be hung, if the third K hung on him here. And it gets it. Nice pitch from Henderson. Struck out McBride 3 times tonight. 2 down now for the Crabbers in the 6th. And the batter, Malik Jernigan, the designated hitter. Jernigan with a double back in the 2nd. He scored the first run for the Crabbers, and he struck out in the 4th. And he's going to have a conversation with Coach Danny Mitchell down here at third base. I guarantee you not telling him a knock-knock joke.
Don't think.
Giving him a couple ideas of what to do. And he's taking his time.
Yes, he does. Check it last year. Look what he did to him last year.
And
Yes, Danny's implementing his version of four corners, I
that's
guess.
exactly right. So Jernigan makes his way back to the plate. Home plate umpire was getting a couple new baseballs. So everybody meets at the same time. Jared Henderson with 2 outs delivers. Kind of a half swing and a good pitch from Henderson, strike one. Henderson trying to get his team back in the dugout as they would move to the top of the 7th, trailing by 1. Another half swing. They're going to check that one. They did go. 0-2 now on Jernigan. Henderson trying to get out his inning quickly. Delivers up. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. So 2 strikeouts for Henderson in that inning. Closes out the pile. The Crabbers 3 up, 3 down. 7 strikeouts for Jared Henderson through 6 innings. And we go to the top of the 7th. Last at bat for the Nansemond River Warriors. They trail it 3-2 in what has become a very close ball game. It was 3-0 going to the top of the 6th. Nansemond River picks up 2. Probably squandered a chance to tie the ball game. Now they're going to have to try to tie it here in the top of the 7th. Trey Morgan back on the mound for the Crabbers. Mayer, then Howard, then Martin for Nansemond River.
6, 7, 8, 9, they're responsible
Well, the winner of this game plays tomorrow at 4 o'clock against the Penn South champion Menchville Monarchs. Monarchs already designated a spot in the regional. So they get the night off. They play tomorrow. And the other side of the bracket, Gloucester and Bethel. The team that finishes second in this tournament also gets a berth in the region. So the teams want to win today and win tomorrow to get in. Trey Morgan just gritted out a 3-2 lead going to the top of the 7th. He contributed with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. And now he's going to try to close it out here in the top of the 7th. Second baseman Jarrett Mayer. Mayer struck out and popped to center. Mayer Jr., right-hand hitter, facing lefty Morgan. Crabber defense straight away in the outfield. Center fielder playing what I call Connor Myers depth. The Old Dominion center fielder now playing with the Myrtle Beach team in the Cubs organization. Always played shallow here as Mayer takes a strike. Pitcher warming up the Nansemond River bullpen. The brand new one in left field. Curveball catches the outside corner. Whatever Trey Morgan's done, he's earned that outside corner a little wider as he gets later in the game. That curveball just catches the corner. Mayer didn't like it. It's 0-2 on him. Morgan tried to take advantage of that call, didn't get it. That was about 3 baseballs out.
Yeah, I'd keep going out there too. I mean,
yeah, if you're going to get the call,
go and get it.
It certainly makes Mayer think about it. So 1-2 now. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Nansemond River trying to pick up a run to tie it. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One down here. The batter, the designated hitter, Desmond Howard. Howard with a double in the 2nd. And hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 1. 9 strikeouts for Trey Morgan here in this 1 out in the 7th.
Hit by a pitch in the 5th. Thrown out.
Curveball in for a strike.
Pitch.
That curveball has gotten better.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Pop foul. 0-2 quickly on Howard.
Same thing you got against the other.
Howard swings a big bat. Morgan's going to try to keep it away from him. One out here in the 7th. Nansen River down to the last 2. Zach Martin on deck. Morgan delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Hubbard with it. Throw to first base is off the bag.
He's safe. Why do we have to go back?
First baseman Johnson came off the bag, and I'm not sure he didn't say he had to come off the bag for the throw. Error will be charged to Hubbard. He didn't have to go that deep.
That's an error.
That's a throwing error.
The ball was up the middle, Frank.
Oh, he had plenty of time. Wayne Gomes, and I will take this to arbitration. Like your salary. We'll take it to arbitration.
What would the official score give him?
I think he gave him a.
I'm sure he
gave
gave
him a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Howard gets his second hit of the night, according to the official.
Or 2 errors and
Or 2 errors. Could be a really great night for Howard, or not a good night for Howard. Whatever it is, Howard's night is over, at least for now, as the courtesy runners come in. See if we get a number on the runner down there. So 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Zach Martin at the plate. Martin struck out, grounded out. Throw, they almost got him that time.
I tell you, I wouldn't allow him to take a lead.
Especially when you put in a courtesy runner who hasn't been in the game but to run. Or Bill Nettles stick the foot on the bag.
I don't know if he's got the memo on that bench and he's got a good pickoff move.
He's got another. I think Coach Stufel knows it. Pitches in low.
If you're at first base right now, only thing you take is what you would call a one-way lead. You can get a big lead, but it doesn't matter if you pitch the ball or throws the ball to first. You're going back to first base. Okay, you're going back to first base, and you cannot get picked off. As soon as he moves,
there's a throw over.
As soon as he moves, you go back to first base. Now you're gonna look stupid if he throws the ball home. That's okay. Okay, but because we're going somewhere. All right, but you can't get picked off.
It looks like Mason Bedingfield out there. If I caught a 7 on his back, pitch home, foul straight back. 1-1. Crabbers looking for the double play ball to try to finish this up. You get your pieces in the right spot, don't you, Mr. Gomes?
What's that?
Second baseman in the right spot, the shortstop in the right
what you
spot
call
for the double play.
That's called double play depth. Whatever that was before, that was.
It didn't work. That's what that was.
Yeah, that was never going to work.
Bedingfield's got a short lead at first. Throw home, dug out by McCray. 2-1 to the batter, Zach Martin. Martin, a senior, said he headed to Old Dominion University, but not to play baseball. He's going to go and get a degree over there and enjoy some good baseball with the Monarchs. 2-1 pitch down to Martin as Morgan looks over to first base. Another lead. First base, but that one, I think Morgan got himself confused on that one. It was a soft throw over.
Yeah.
A 2-1 still. I wonder if he does that to give the runner confidence. Pitch in is swung on. Maybe it got a piece of it, but it went
absolutely does. You should have set him up and give him a little confidence. I can get more. I can get more. And
then he
before you know it, you're sitting next to the coach.
2-2 on Martin. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Nansen River trying to tie this ball game up. Throw to first base. It's a flip throw. Back safely. Is the runner. And it is Mason Bedingfield, courtesy runner. There's a pinch runner, I imagine. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 10th strikeout for Morgan. For the sophomore. having a wonderful night on the mound. Now Nick Arnold. Arnold got things going for the Warriors in the top of the 6th with the leadoff double. He scored the first run. So Arnold again. Arnold 1 for 2 tonight. Granted a short his first time up. The number 9 hitter.
Now give him a little room. You don't want the ball to go over your head. That's a time runner at first base. If the ball drops in front of you, you still get a chance to win the ball game. Went over his head last time, if I remember right.
Morgan to his set, delivers. High fly ball, short center field. Back goes the shortstop, McBride. McBride in short center field.
Don't look good.
He didn't make the catch.
Oh my God, he's going to.
Well, they held the ball in the center field.
Oh boy.
And the Crabbers give it a tying run.
Ray, what are you doing?
2 bad defensive plays.
That was bad.
Power surge here.
So anyway,
And some of the lights go off. I don't know if that was on purpose. That time center fielder Johnson didn't come in at all. And McBride just drifted back, and made the drop. Arnold gets the run ready to go. Here's the pitch. In for a strike.
Good start. Good start.
Well, no need to fool around now. Will Baker Bray got us through there with power. That's good. The 0-1. Fans getting vocal. Curveball misses up and in. Short lead out there for Arnold. Arnold scored 1 run tonight, and his fly ball put another across. There's a foul off the end of the bat for Geller. 1-2 now on the leadoff man. 3-3, but the Nance River Warriors out hitting the Crabbers 2-1. It's 7 hits for the Warriors, 3 hits for the Crabbers. Morgan trying to get his inning. The 1-2 pitch to Miles Geller. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. 11 strikeouts for Morgan. So the Crabbers come into the dugout. They're going to try to win it here in the bottom of the 7th. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Crabbers. And we'll see who the pitcher might be. And it's going to look to be Gage Williams, and why not? Get the Virginia Tech bound Williams on to pitch. Now this is interesting as these coaches are battling that pitch count. 25 pitches, more than 25 pitches takes you out of tomorrow.
Really?
It's 20 in Little League, 25 at this level, I believe, so it would take him out of tomorrow, so they're going to have to be careful. He's going to try to get the Crabbers out. So Gage Williams goes to the mound. The Crabbers have faced Williams this year. Williams, a tall, lanky right-hander. And he's replaced, he and Henderson simply switched positions. Henderson goes to third base. A good outing by Jared Henderson. He gives up 3 hits, 3 runs. He's got his team right here. They're in a tie ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Charles Vassar, Brendan McBride, and then the top of the order, Kyrie Gunn for the Crabbers scheduled. There are some bats on the bench. And I take that back. It's Keyshawn Johnson in the leadoff. So Johnson, right off the bat, get a chance to make up a little bit for that momentary hesitation in center field in the top half of the inning. Johnson is grounded to short, grounded to first, looking for his first base hit tonight. The athletic center fielder. Johnson hit .225, transfer from Phoebus High School. And a marvelous athlete. Let's see if he can get on base here ahead of Vassar and McBride. Were they playing Kids Bop number 19? Is that the
I just can't wait till the batter comes up.
Wayne Gomes drove home and got something to eat and dropped off his daughter. He's back now. We're ready to go. Right-hand hitting Keyshawn Johnson at the plate against Gage Williams. Williams did pitch the game where Crabbers beat the Warriors 6-4 early in the season. Now we're in playoffs, though, and the Virginia Tech-bound right-hander on the mound.
I don't think Danny's been too happy with what he's seen out of Keyshawn today. He's been barking a lot down there. Every time he comes up, I don't know if it's missed signs or just not happy with the results he's gotten. Oh, he's going to
Ground
be able
ball.
to get
And that's going to get into Dansbury's glove, but no throw. It's going to be an infield hit
There you go.
for Keyshawn Johnson. So a timely single by the center fielder for the Crabbers, and now Charles Vassar scheduled. And Vassar's job is going to be one thing. He's going to square. He might as well square the bunt now.
What will happen from here? One on, nobody on.
Well, Charles Vassar struck out twice, so he's going to go ahead and just turn around and square up. Third baseman Henderson's back level with his bag. He's going to quickly come in. This is where Danny Mitchell gives a sign. He yells bunt.
Yeah.
Short lead at first base. Right-handed pitcher looking over his shoulder and delivers. Vassar squares, takes a strike. Henderson charging. He's got to get the bunt down here.
Only problem I have with this bunt, I mean, I think it's the right play, but when you're bunting him, is the guy behind him, do you feel capable he can get a base hit right here and drive him in?
He's put the bat on the ball twice, says McBride, Brendan McBride. One and grounded to the pitcher and popped up the second base. Vassar struck out twice tonight, so he's got to get the bunt down here. He's got 0-1 count. Williams watching Johnson over at first. That one fouled into the shin of the catcher, Jared Tassinger, 0-2 on Vassar. Coach Mitchell suggesting that Vassar get the ball down.
Good advice.
Yep.
You get the
And
bunt down.
0-2 count. He's going to have him bunt again.
Yeah. That's good
And
advice.
Guarantee you Gage
bunt.
Williams throws the ball about what, chest high, letter high or higher?
I would throw it. Has to be above the belt.
And he does get the bunt down. Beautiful bunt by Vassar. Williams throws the first, very nearly threw it over the head of the second baseman covering.
As coaching, you say get the bunt down.
Well,
and
he
gets
got
the
it
bunt
down.
Yeah.
Vassar.
Maybe he didn't understand when he got the bunt sign the first time. He just thought he was kidding.
Vassar with a beautiful sacrifice. He does his job. Now, Brendan McBride, no, this is going to be Jake Malcolm
Yes,
for the
Jake.
Crabbers. Jake Malcolm. Malcolm, a junior, right-hand hitter, coming off the bench.
Here's my question. What do you lose on defense if he doesn't
Right.
here? He's playing third base?
Well, that's where he was. Yeah, where
Yeah. Oh, boy.
swing and a miss. Coach Mitchell suggesting a little more aggressive tactic at the plate.
Coach Mitchell just yelled, get a hit.
Yeah.
So he'll probably smoke the ball in the
No
left center.
sign
right.
for that, yep. Malcolm off the bench after a couple hours. Takes it low, good eye.
He's only been here a couple hours?
Yeah, he got here late.
He got in the third inning?
That's right. The 1-1 now from Gage Williams, a Virginia Tech bound third baseman up until now. Now the right-handed pitcher. Curveball's in for a strike. So Malcolm a little bit
Overmatched.
yeah, just a little bit overmatched. He's a college-bound player out here, Division I ACC player. So he takes it away. Good eye though. 2-2 count. I would think he'd see probably another curveball here. He's been successful in the curveballs twice. So Malcolm on to try to get the runner in. Leadoff man Kyrie Gunn on deck. Here's a pitch inside. So Malcolm trying to work the walk. Good eye there on 3 balls. Williams is going to have to throw a strike here. And Malcolm should know that. Tossing on the inside corner. Grounded right to the pitcher. Only play is to first base. He makes that throw. So essentially 2 sacrifices. But a really good at-bat there by Malcolm.
He hung in there.
Yep, hung in nicely, having been a little overmatched on the first pitch, but came back, had a good eye, was patient, and able to get at least the ground ball. So now a wild pitch from a pitcher just coming in.
I wouldn't be surprised about anything right here with that run on third with Danny trying to force us run across here.
So Kyrie Gunn at the plate, Keyshawn Johnson. So he's probably 2 most athletic players 90 feet apart here. Gunn has been hit by a pitch, doubled, and walked. So he's been on base 3 times. He's scored 2 runs, stolen 2 bases. sold drinks between innings, delivered programs, done a little bit of everything.
He's had enough time.
Needs the win right here. Well, if he had plenty of time to do most anything, he's probably written a senior thesis. Big hole between the shortstop and third baseman, so a ground ball, and with his speed could produce the winning run. Gage Williams delivers. Up and in, ball one. They have kept that pitch up and in on him all night long. First pitch hit him in the bottom of the first. Williams shakes off his catcher, Ty Singer. High fly ball to shortstop, Dansbury. Looks up, he drops it. And he dropped the ball, and the Crabbers win the game. And he dropped the ball. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Freshman shortstop played well all night long. He was settled into the high fly ball. How many times have we seen that high fly ball to short here in this stadium to cause trouble? So Bryson Dansbury sadly makes the error. And as you said, you never know what's going to happen. E6 leads to the winning run. So again, Crabbers win this by putting runners on base and being aggressive. The Crabbers win it.
I'm speechless.
4-3.
I'm sorry if I'm leaving you hanging, Frank. I just don't know what to say.
7 hits by the Nansemond River, not enough. And they drop it. And Danny Mitchell out talking to Dansbury. Freshman drops the ball. He's had a terrific year. He's played shortstop the whole way, and the coaches, they know they got a good one. Gage Williams comes over. The senior gets an arm around his freshman shortstop. That is real class sportsmanship right there. Terrific. The young man, and shake hands. Gage Williams gets a good hug from Trey Morgan. Morgan leading the line. Good tradition. I like to see this. What a game, folks. The Crabbers end up winning it 4-3. Unearned run here.
But there's a silver lining for the shortstop. He's a young player. He's gonna have another opportunity.
3 more years.
He'll learn from it.
Yep.
And what can you say? You know, sometimes you're the hero, sometimes you're the GOAT. I've been both.
Yep.
And that GOAT doesn't feel so good. But it's a game. You got to put it in perspective.
Yep.
And you know, suck it up. You know, I mean, it's kind of what you signed up for. When you want to come out here and you want to play hard, you know, you take that risk of being the hero, being the GOAT. And you know, I always live by the theory of the saying, failure is a statistical probability.
Yep.
And that's why you work, because if you came out here and you were great every single time, you'd probably get complacent and say, okay, I'm good. I know I'm going to have success. But times like that makes, hey, I don't want that feeling anymore. So I'm going to work. So I can increase my chances of being more so the hero than being the GOAT. That's part of the game.
It is, and the young man will be back. He's played beautifully all night. It happens to everybody. Yeah. It just happens at that time. But again, the Crabbers, with some timely hitting, good base running, overcomes and great pitching. Pitching by Trey Morgan tonight. Overcomes some defensive gaffes, and they're able to win it 4-3. Well, Wube Gabre has given us the high sign. He said he's now in triple time working today.
Well,
but Wube is Wube Gabre getting this set up for us tonight. Thank you for doing that. Wayne Gomes, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
We're here at the Penn South Conference 10 Conference Tournament. The final score here, the Hampton Crabbers 4, the Nansemond River Warriors 3. Crabbers back in action at 4 tomorrow, followed by the Bethel Bruins and the Gloucester Dukes. This, on behalf of our crew here, this is Frank Edgar saying good night from Peninsula War Memorial Stadium. Final score, Hampton 4, Nansemond River 3. Good night.